Hello guys, welcome to the BlackRose YouTube channel where we talk about everything from finance to stocks to real estate. My name is Saul, welcome. And now that I have you here and now that I introduced myself, let's get right into it. Let's talk about Workhorse stock. I'm going to tell you why I believe Workhorse stock is poised for growth. And then I'm going to give you 10 reasons at the end of the video and timestamps on why I believe in those and 10 points for why I think Workhorse will win the USPS contract and then be chosen to, provide their trucks and their EV trucks to, the post office and many other places that would be able to buy them. Those first things first. So if you didn't know, and if you haven't been following Tesla like I have, I'm a Tesla stock owner. If you haven't been following the EV market or you just haven't been around to know what Workhorse stock, like you just heard of Tesla, what is Workhorse? Is that the new thing? First off, EVs are the future. Electric vehicles will be the future. They're going to be cheaper, they're going to be faster, they're going to be better. Just like in the Cars movie, if you've ever seen Cars, those electric cars, electric trains will be better than gasoline cars in every way, and they won't pollute the environment. And they're just getting now to the point where they're being able to cheap enough to be mass produced. And the reason why Workhorse is so important because they make a large truck, like service truck, like like a USPS mailing truck. It's called a C1000, and they have a version called the C650. These are going to be electric trucks, basically used by the USPS in a way to transport their packages. Because if you didn't know that the USPS trucks that we have now are about like 30 years old. They don't have any air conditioning. They only get 5 miles per gallon and they can't accelerate. They can't do a lot of things. So they are in dire need of a replacement. So there's this USPS was given a $6 billion budget to replace their fleet. And they have until September 30th to find a replacement. There's 3 companies as of right now competing for that contract. One of them is Ford, the second one is Workhorse, and the third one is, I think it's Oshkosh, probably. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. But there's 3 there was 4. There's 3 now currently. Workhorse is the only all-electric option in that package. And by being the only all-electric option, they are more poised to be able to win the contract because the USPS has until 2030 to make all of their fleet entirely like pollution, green energy, like, pollution free. Next, I'm gonna tell you why I believe California will be the first state to be able to be poised to capitalize off of these Workhorse trucks. If you didn't know, California is a very, green state. I just moved here from New York. California is a very green state. They're always in support of electric vehicles. Tesla's really big here. They have their Fremont factory here. Teslas are very common, more common here than anywhere else. They already have a good supercharging base, and California just supports green energy, solar energy. They're very progressive on that front. And with that said, they do have these government subsidies that they give for electric vehicles. Tesla does not receive anymore, but there is one for transportation vehicle called the voucher is called the HPIV. This voucher will make it so companies like USPS, UPS, FedEx, etc., will be able to just upgrade their fleet right now for basically for free or very close to free, and with very little upfront investment because from them because of these vouchers. These vouchers range anywhere. I'm gonna put the prices on the screen from tens to 50,000s to hundreds of thousands just for a set of a fleet or a set of an order of a vehicle, depending on the size, depending on where they're deployed, depending if they're deployed in a negative area, as in a poorer area or areas that need growth, or whether they're deployed somewhere else that already has all these assets, all these and things that make the economy better in these areas. And UPS and other companies in California will be able to quickly integrate these Workhorse vehicles, and they'll be able to get them very, very cheap, and also be able to save money immediately by not having to have gas, not having to replace their vehicles, or do maintenance on their vehicles, because gas maintenance is very expensive. Whereas for electric vehicle, you don't have much maintenance. You don't got to change no oil. You only have motors, and they last pretty good. Okay, and now finally, I'm going to go over the last 10 points for why Workhorse is in the lead, or very so much the most likely candidate for positive growth and to be able to receive this USPS contract. So, if you haven't known, Workhorse is a US based company based in Ohio. And on top of that, this is a US based contract. So, that's my point number one. It's a US based company competing for a US based contract with a president currently who supports jobs based in the US. With that said, my second point is Trump needs Ohio, and every Republican who has ever won office has won Ohio. Ohio is a swing state. Ohio is an important state for the Republican Party. And to be able to provide jobs there, they already have a factory in Ohio, and Trump has already went to what they call Voted Valley to be able to speak to Ohio, to tell them, to promise them that he will bring them jobs and that they don't have to move, they don't have to go anywhere. The jobs are coming, and he's promising them that. And he can win his candidacy in Ohio just based off the fact that this contract just so aligns with his goals that he can be like, hey, just give all the contracts straight to Workhorse. Third point is this would be providing jobs to Ohio. And like I said before, like if you didn't realize, EVs are the future. This will look like, one, Trump is supporting green energy. It will look like there's a company in Ohio who is now poised to take over and provide thousands of jobs, factory jobs, which is very labor intensive. It requires like a lot of workers in the whole community to be able to support, a factory. It needs, jobs. It needs hundreds and thousands of jobs will be created just because of this one factory that's in Ohio. My fourth point is that a UPS truck only gets about 5 miles per gallon for the whole truck. Those big UPS truck that you see delivered from the post office that deliver your mail, those guys only get 5 miles per gallon. I don't even have to pretty much explain just how expensive a truck is if it only gets 5 miles per gallon of gas. Well, a gallon of gas in some states here in California right now is $3. So it's $3 for every 5 miles you travel. That's just not affordable. That's not sustainable. And with that said, these will get like a 45 mile per gallon equivalent in their batteries. They also are electric, so they have faster acceleration, and that is important for a truck that starts and stops repeatedly. You need fast acceleration because that allows you to pick up your speed, allows you to make your deliveries faster, and allow you to save a lot of money by saving you a lot of time, and then it also saves you on gas. My fifth point is a little bit of a repeat from earlier, but my fifth point is that no president has ever won the U.S. candidacy, a Republican president, has ever won the U.S. candidacy without winning Ohio. Ohio is very important. It just so happens that this Workhorse company is based in Ohio, and Trump needs Ohio, so those two both co-align, and I believe they will work together to be able to do anything to get Workhorse, this contract. And Workhorse seems to be qualified to be able to handle this contract. My sixth point is that Workhorse, of the three companies that are competing for this USPS contract, they are the only fully electric option. Even if this contract was divvied up between the three companies right now, in my opinion, they will receive the majority of the contract, because 75% of the USPS fleet has to be green by 2030. And they also are poised to be able to provide the best value, because their Workhorse trucks also come packaged with like a drone service. And the drone service, especially because of Corona, will be valued extra, because that drone is very cheap to get that last mile, to get a lot of value out of that last mile for delivering the packages. So instead of, your USPS driver only delivering packages by door to door, for some places they can take that drone and they can drop off packages to areas without having to move the truck at all. My eighth point is that Workhorse has recently hired White House staff onto their staff to take them to be able to lead them and to be able to provide them the information that they needed and the services that they needed to be able to be poised to take over. They hired White House staff Kevin Vincent, who is the Secretary of Transportation for the White House. They hired him as some type of overseer. I don't know what position his actual position is at Workhorse, but he's a very intelligent person. He's a very qualified person. He's been, from what I've seen, Secretary of Transportation for a number of years for the White House, and they recently just hired him on for their staff for Workhorse. So the Workhorse is one of the only companies in the running for this contract that have a political figure onto their staff. So my ninth and 10th points are simple, and it's, again, for my ninth point, it's the same thing. EVs are the future. Tesla is poised to take over with their electric vehicles, but other avenues need electric vehicles. Buses, anything that you could think of can be more efficient in transportation if it was electric. And number 10 is that the cost savings for electric vehicles will save these companies billions of dollars, and also probably make the USPS postal system profitable for the first time in, I don't know, I don't think they ever have made a profit. They have always lost money, but the government has always propped them up and given them money because of how important it is to have a mailing service. But like I said, they lose currently right now billions of dollars just because of gas costs and transportation costs and fixing their crappy vehicles. And these electric vehicles will be able to help them get costs down, and also for companies like FedEx and UPS that are profitable, be able to help them make billions of more dollars. So thank you guys for coming to the BlackRose YouTube channel. Thank you for coming here, and have a nice day.
Rest farther away, and it's a cost saver.
From a standard delivery truck, it takes about $1 a mile to deliver a package. With the electric truck, it's about 34 cents a mile. With the drone, it's about 4 cents a mile to deliver your package.